Hello guys, welcome back to Habitual Crypto. My name's Dan, and here on the channel we like to make good habits in trading. So if you like trading cryptocurrencies and learning the best strategies to do so, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment in the video of where you think this market is headed this week, and any altcoins that you guys are really interested in right now. So this is the Bitcoin daily chart here. And I'm actually going to switch it to the weekly. I want to show you one thing on the weekly here. Why I think, Bitcoin's been having a pretty rough couple days. And that's because we had closed the previous 7 weeks above 34,600. That has been the key area. We've closed every week, even though dipping below that every week, we climb back above it before the close on that Sunday night. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, we closed above 34,600, this red line here, until a couple days ago, Sunday night, we closed the weekly candle at around 34,200. So we closed below it, and then we have had a pretty rough couple days, going down a couple $1,000s from there currently. So the reason this is an important chart to look at is because the big money, the big hedge funds, the big investment companies, the whales, the smart money are looking at higher term time frames. So they're not looking at the hourly candles, they're not looking at the 4 hour, at the even the daily for the most part. A lot of the bigger companies, big money is looking at weekly charts, monthly charts, and quarterly charts. And not only was a couple days ago the end of the week, but it was also the end of the quarter as well. So, or that was a few weeks ago. And yeah, so this is why I think we're seeing this downward momentum happen, because of that close. So my long-term scenario, let's go to the daily, just give you like a deeper prediction on what I think is going to happen here. We have closed every day within this blue range here, except for a couple days where we did get above it. And I think that was mainly due to like the El Salvador hype that was going on, but that quickly died down. So that's we basically been in this downward trend, ranging, closing every day in there for about 2 months now. I think this will probably continue for another week to 2 weeks. I don't really see it lasting that long. We have a lot of on-chain metrics pointing to this reversing sometime soon, based on the fundamentals at least. And yeah, so I would not be surprised if we do come down and test this longer term trend line again. So basically we've hit this twice with the two major capitulations we've had with Bitcoin and the whole market. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do this one more time and make a lower low here. And if I had to guess, it would probably be around 27.5, which was the original price a lot of people were looking at for how low we would go. Some people are saying 25K, 24K, 20K. I really don't see that happening, based on the fact that we've come down this low a few times now, and it just gets bought up within an hour. We get back up above these prices. So in my opinion, if we come back down, yes, we could make a lower low, and because a lot of traders I think will be looking at this spot, but I'm thinking around 27.5 we hit possibly, and that gets bought up really quickly, and I think this will be the last final capitulation before we start getting up higher and we really see more of a drastic change in the momentum. Sometimes it takes a dump to create the big pump here needed to get that momentum to get us up above 42K. This light blue line is really the key you want to look at here. As far as the moving averages go, we have failed to hold above the 21 day and the 50. So we did get above the 21 a couple times, but failed to hold it, really just getting rejected over and over again. So one thing to be looking at, we see the purple line here, the 200-day moving average is now crossing with the 100-day, this green line. So this is considered another bad cross, death cross, whatever you want to call it. And this is one reason I think we could see, this final capitulation before getting the momentum back up to go up to higher highs. So that's my prediction on what will happen. None of this is financial advice, but that's long term what I'm thinking, and I don't think it will be much longer. I said at the beginning of this I think it would be 1 to 3 months. Now we're heading into that third month here, and I think it will happen this month. I think we get a final capitulation and then we head back up and have the momentum to break the 50-day moving average and the 42K mark there. So that's what I'm predicting here. If we take a look at Ethereum really struggling lately. I think based on this chart, I think we will be heading down to the 0.618 fib level again, where we've found support a few times now, and that sits around 1730, 1725. So I do think we will head down there in the next few days, especially if Bitcoin has a bigger move like that. We've failed to hold the $2,045 mark, and not holding that was kind of big. So the next support is going to be around 1880 based on previous historical marks. So I would look for 1880 as support, and then if we can't hold that, I think we're going to touch 1725 again. So that's what I see with Ethereum. Again, if Bitcoin, at this point, Bitcoin's really kind of controlling the whole market. And yeah, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. We have continued to see, this upward trend stay intact here. And, I've been saying I think we will eventually see 50%. The 48.5% has been holding pretty strong. It looks like we might be going up to test that again, but we are kind of seeing a head and shoulders pattern form here, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. If this does form, it's possible that we do break this uptrend and altcoins get a big relief in their Bitcoin pairing. So keep that in mind. We'll keep an eye on this throughout the week. But if that does not form and we keep this uptrend intact, I am expecting to go test around 48.3, 48.5 again as resistance. So that's the level. Those are the levels I'm looking at for Bitcoin dominance. If we get a sharp drop in Bitcoin, I would expect this to kind of spike up to those levels. So keep that in mind. if you're allocated to altcoins. I have some quick news for you guys. Just some Bitcoin metrics I wanted to take a look at. We have the Bitcoin stock to flow model here, and let me just zoom in here for you guys. We have this model has been pretty accurate for the past 10 years, and it's really only veered off to the upside during the major blow off tops that we've had in the previous 3 cycles. So besides that, it's been pretty accurate, staying in this darker blue area. Now, this is one of the first times we're really headed to a lower price projection than the predicted price that we should be at. So if we come back down to this chart, you can see this green line here. We're at really the lowest lows we've been at, and this is saying that the price is off of the predicted price on the low end more than it's ever been. So this is one metric. Obviously, models can be broken, but this has been very accurate for 10 years. So basically, this is saying there's a good chance that this could correct here and move back up to the price that it is predicting it will be at, which is more around 50K at this moment in time. So we'll see what happens, but one metric pointing to Bitcoin going into recovery mode here. Another metric we could look at is the accumulation of whales. So this is wallets that hold 1 to 10,000 Bitcoin, not $1 to $10,000, 1 to 10,000 Bitcoin. And you can see in the past couple days here, we had a big spike where during this entire dip that we've been in, it's been pretty stable, and now we're seeing a price go up here. So this to me is telling me whales are starting to accumulate more, and they're seeing these low $30,000 prices as a nice discounted price to be buying Bitcoin. And long term, this should be a very good investment for them. So that's another good metric, showing a sign of possibly a reversal here for Bitcoin. And then one more big metric, you have inflation numbers coming out today, and the consumer price index increased 5.4% from a year earlier. So that's the largest jump since August 2008, just before the worst of the financial crisis. So this isn't great for the average consumer, the average citizen in America, but if you are hedged against inflation in, metals, stocks, crypto, and Bitcoin, most of the time when we see inflation numbers rising like this, we see those hedges rise as well. So just one more metric that might change course for Bitcoin from the downtrend reversing back up here in the next week or so. I'm thinking this will probably see a sharp move, possibly down at first, but then a nice reversal with momentum back to the upside in the next couple weeks. Some more news. We have India's ICICI Bank warns remittance users to steer away from Bitcoin. So basically, this is one of the biggest banks in India, saying that their customers are not allowed to use their financial services for basically any crypto investments, purchases of crypto, using crypto for payments, anything like that related to their bank. So, we've seen a lot of flip-flopping with crypto regulations and laws in India. So that's always kind of been just FUD that you can basically ignore because they switch it from week to week. But this is a private bank and one of the biggest banks kind of putting their foot down. So it will affect, people in India. But again, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll get some concrete regulations put in place for the country itself. So you won't have these private industries kind of controlling what people can invest in. We also have some good news. Fidelity Digital doubling down on crypto here. So they have $10 trillion in assets under management. So this is no small company, and they have added custody and trading for Bitcoin, and now they're going to offer crypto trading full time for most of the week. So not just Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies, and they're adding about 100 employees to their digital crypto part of the company. So this is good. I've been saying, how Bitcoin and crypto is getting ingrained into our society, and there's no real stopping it. And the big companies know this. Ignore the FUD you hear on CNBC and, other, outlets. Crypto's coming. It can't be stopped at this point. The big companies know it. They're going to make money off of it, so they're getting involved. And you just got to, see through all the FUD. Keep your eye on the ball. You guys are still early if you're investing in cryptocurrency. Not financial advice, but I feel like it's pretty obvious at this point what's going on here. And lastly, if you've seen the rumors that Apple has bought $2.5 billion in Bitcoin, I'm just going to be straightforward and tell you guys this is not true. And the fact that you have big CEOs and trading companies, investment companies, quoting this like it's a possible true rumor, it should make you think twice about who you let control your investments, because I've followed this from the beginning, and this was like a big joke on crypto Twitter, and then big companies started acting like it might be true, and it's pretty pathetic actually, because you just got to follow the sources and you can find out pretty quickly that it was a joke. So this is not true. Don't base your Bitcoin trading on this. And pretty crazy that you got Galaxy trading acting like it might be true. So crypto Twitter just having fun again. Go follow me at Habitual Crypto on Twitter and TikTok. Those are the main social media platforms I am putting out content on. And also follow me on YouTube, obviously. Give a subscribe and give a like to these videos. Hit that bell icon if you want to be alerted when these videos go out. Normally it's every weekday, and I have a lot of content coming out on TikTok in shorter form time frames if you guys are more interested in that. So thank you for tuning in, and have a great day trading.